Oh God, refresh and gladden my spirit, purify my heart. Refresh and gladden my spirit, illumine my powers. I lay all my affairs in thy hand, in thy hand. Thou art my guide and my refuge. I will no longer be sorrowful and grieved. Thou art my guide and my refuge. I will be a happy and joyful being, oh God. I will no longer be full of anxiety, nor will I let trouble harass me. I will not dwell on the unpleasant things of life. I will not dwell on the unpleasant things of life. Thou art my guide and my refuge. I will no longer be sorrowful and grieved. Thou art my guide and my refuge, oh God. Thou art more friend to me than I am to myself. Oh, I dedicate myself to thee. Oh Lord, I dedicate myself to thee. Oh Lord, thou art my God and my refuge. I will no longer be sorrowful and grieved. Thou art my guide and my refuge. I will no longer be sorrowful and grieved. I will be a happy and joyful being, oh God.
هو الأبهار إلهي إلهي إني أبسط إليك أكف التضرع والتبتل والابتهال وأفر وجهي بتراب عتبة تقدس عن إدراك أهل الحقائق والنهوض من أولي الألباب. لن تنظر إلى عبدك الخاضع خاشع بباب هديتك باللحظات عين رحمانيتك بتغمره في بهار رحمة صمدانيتك. ای رب إنه عبدك البائس الفقير ورقيق السائل المتضرع الأسير مبتهل إليك متوكل إليك ومتضرع بين يديك يناديك ويناجيك ويقول رب أيدني على خدمة أحبائك وقوّني على العبودية حضرة أحديتك ونور جبيني بأنوار التعبد في ساعة قدسك والتبتل إلى ملكوت عظمتك وقوّني في الفناء في فناء باب ألوهيتك وأعني على المواظبة على الانعدام في رحبة ربوبيتك. ای رزقني كأس الفناء والبسني ثوب الفناء واغرقني في بحر الفناء واجعلني غبارا في ممر الأحباء واجعلني فداء للأرض التي وتحت أقدام الأصفياء في سبيلك يا رب العزة والعلا إنك أنت الكريم المتعال. هذا ما يناديك بإزارك رد في البكور والآصال. رب حقق آماله نور أسراره واشف صدره وفقد مصباحه في خدمة أمرك وعبادك إنك أنت الكريم الرحيم الوهاب وإنك أنت العزيز الرؤوف الرحمن. عبدالبها عباس.
O God, grant thy favor and bestow thy blessing. Grant thy favor, bestow thy blessing. Vouchsafe thy grace and give a portion of thy bounty. Vouchsafe thy grace, give a portion of thy bounty. Enable these men to witness during this year the fulfillment of their hopes, the fulfillment of their hopes during this year. Send down thy heavenly rain and provide thy plenteousness and abundance. Thy heavenly rain, thy plenteousness, thy abundance. Vouchsafe thy grace and give a portion of thy bounty. Vouchsafe thy grace, give a portion of thy bounty. Enable these men to witness during this year the fulfillment of their hopes, the fulfillment of their hopes during this year. Send down thy heavenly rain and provide thy plenteousness and abundance. Thy heavenly rain, thy plenteousness, thy abundance. Send down thy heavenly rain and provide thy plenteousness and abundance. Thou art the powerful, the mighty. Thou art the powerful, the mighty.
هوالله، ای خداوند، این جمع مستمند را خردمند نما و این دیوانه ها را هوشمند کن. این گرگان را آهوان بر وحدت نما و این خونخواران را خوی فرشتگان بخش. ای پروردگار، به استعداد و لیاقت معامله فرما، الطاف و عنایت مبذول دار. اگر این وحوش را به حال خویش گذاری، زیروحی از آن اقلیم باقی نماند. جمیع راجب جحیم گردند و به عذاب علیم افتند. پس به فضل و موهبت خویش این نادانان را دانا کن و این جمع پریشان را در ظل عنایت مجتمع فرما. صلح و صلاح بخش و از سیف و سلاح بیزار نما. آشتی و دوستی و راستی و حقیقت پرستی عنایت کن. تویی مقتدر و توانا و تویی عالم و قادر و بینا. عبدالبها عباس.
والله، ای خداوند مهربان، از من به من مهربانتری، محبتت بیشتر و بیشتر. هر وقت یاد الطاف تو می نمایم شادمان گردم و امیدوار شوم. اگر مضطربم راحت دل و جان یابم. اگر مریضم شفای ابدی جویم، اگر خائفم امین گردم، اگر ناامیدم امیدوار شوم. ای رب الملکوت، قلب حزینم را امین فرما و روح ضعیفم را قوی کن و عصب ناتوانم را توانا فرما. چشمم را روشن کن، گوشم را شنوا فرما، تا آهنگ ملکوت بشنوم و فرح و سرور ابدی جویم. تویی بخشنده و دهنده و مهربان. این این
Oh God, my God, my beloved, my heart's desire. Oh Dios, mi Dios, mi bien amado, el deseo de mi corazón. The God, the exalted one, is the morn of truth. The God, the exalted one, is the morn of truth. Mungu wangu, mpendwa wangu, na haja ya moyo wangu, shangilia, wanashangilia, washinda kwa the Bob, the exalted one, is the morn of truth. The Bob, the exalted one, is the morn of truth. Oh Dio, mio Dio, mio diletto, desiderio del mio cuore. Oh Dieu, mon
هوالله. ای خداوند مهربان، قلوب را به نور هدایت کبری منور فرما، جانها را به بشارت عظمی حیات بخش، چشمها را به مشاهده انوارت روشن کن، گوشها را به استماع ندایت شنوا فرما. ما را در ملکوت تقدیست داخل نما و به نفسات روح القدس زنده کن. حیات ابدیه بخش، کمالات آسمانی عطا فرما. خداوندا جانهای ما را فدای خود کن و ما را روح جدید کرم نما. قوتی آسمانی ده، سرور ابدی بخش، موفق به خدمت عالم انسانی نما. سبب الفت بین قلوب کن. خداوندا ما را از خواب بیدار فرما و عاقل و هوشیار کن تا به اسرار کتاب مقدست واقف گردیم و به رموز کلماتت پی بریم. توی مقتدر، توی دهنده، توی مهربان. عبدالبها عباس.
Thou seest, O my God, how thy loved ones have been encompassed by the rebellious amongst thy creatures, and the wicked amidst thy people. No land remaineth but the lamentation of thy lovers, and the wailing of thy chosen ones were lifted up therein. I beseech thee, by thy most great name, to draw forth the hand of power from the bosom of thy might, and to assist therewith all them that love thee. Thou beholdest, O my God, their eyes turned towards thee, their gaze fixed upon the day spring of thy might, and thy loving providence. Transmute, O my Lord, their abasement into glory, their poverty into wealth, and their wickedness into a strength born from thee. Powerful art thou to do whatsoever thou willest. No God is there but thee, the all-knowing, the all-informed. Baha'u'llah.
To the steadfast and faithful followers of the greatest name in the cradle of the faith, dear long-standing friends of the Almighty Lord, at the threshold of the arrival of the month of Allah, the sacred period of the fast, every hour of which, according to the pen of the Most High, is blessed, sanctified, and endowed with a special virtue. We take this opportunity to convey our boundless love and affection to those wayfarers on the path of devotion and constancy, heroes in the arena of service and high endeavor. We address you at this time of bitter suffering in the history of your land, and express our sympathy and fellow feeling as as we call you to mind. In the course of these days, the company of believers in the far-flung corners of the earth, relying on the spiritual forces released by the fast, and with pure motives and stainless dispositions, will be occupied in prayerful remembrance and deep reflection on the heavenly teachings, that they may burnish the mirrors of their hearts and thereby attract divine confirmations, illumine all people through the effulgent rays of the light of God, and increasingly strive to serve and show love towards those around them, and to foster the oneness of the world, of humanity. Be assured also that all the followers of the Blessed Beauty are in the course of this month united and joined with you, their spiritual sisters and brothers. They remember you and your beloved compatriots, and are broken-hearted and grief-stricken at the pain being suffered. They are engaged in intimate communion with God, and are praying fervently to his threshold, beseeching serenity and honor for the sacred land of Iran, the birthplace of Baha'u'llah, and trading protection and health, well-being and comfort for all its peoples. We too continually pray on your behalf and supplicate in the sacred precincts for you and for all the noble peoples of Iran, that the hearts may find consolation, universal welfare may be attained, and true prosperity may become manifest. The sacred land of Iran, the noble peoples of Iran, the sacred land of Iran, the noble peoples of Iran.
الله اکبر. خداوندا چگونه تو را شکر نماییم، نعمای تو نامتناهی است و شکرانه ما محدود. چگونه محدود شکر غیر محدود نماید؟ عاجزیم از شکر الطاف تو و به کمال عجز توجه به ملکوت تو می نماییم و طلب ازدیاد نعمت و عطای تو می کنیم. عبدالبها عباس.
O my Lord, O my Lord, this is a lamp lighted by the fire of thy love, and ablaze with the flame which is ignited in the tree of thy mercy. O my Lord, increase his enkindlement, heat and flame with the fire which is kindled in the scene of thy manifestation. Verily thou art confirmer, the assister, the powerful, the generous, the loving Abdul Baha.
Aloha, friends. Welcome to the Inside X program. As you know, on Thursdays we have programs in English. So with the hope that friends with the English speaking can join us as well. So we are in beginning of this road, and then I'm hoping that by participation of friends around the globe, we are going to have a better program for all of you that would be mostly educational. The name of this program are Inside X. Then we are performing on Thursdays. I have already activated the translation already channel. The friends who they like to hear the translation, they can actually activated the Korean. As you see, they see that English and the Korean. The reason that we selected Korean because the Persian name actually is not does not exist in Zoom actually menu. So that's why I selected Korean with the hope that later on, if we have a translation with other languages, we have a room for it. We have in Spanish, and we will use the Spanish for the school that we built in El Salvador. So actually very soon, some friends from El Salvador, they're gonna join us for reporting of a school and etc. So that's why the Spanish channel would be open for them. But those friends who they want to listen these program in Farsi, they can activate the translation channel. Of course, I'm trying to I will just actually activated the caption as well for in Farsi that you can see in Farsi as well. Tonight we will be with Dr. Ahdiye at 8 o'clock. Dr. Ahdiye has performed a lot of programs actually in our Talar, in our gatherings before. Tonight, that will be the first session from him in English about Ruhiye Khanom. So we will hear it. I think I believe that would be very, very interesting to hear from him, since he has already wrote several books in this regard, and really we are very much proud of him. And I'm sure that everybody enjoying the way that he performing and talks. I have, as you know, I am doing the advertising for some programs, and then especially for the programs of Thursdays. I am hearing that some people they see that this advertising is a little bit different, and they saying that the background is black, or we cannot see, or something like that. But really, friends, you have to get acquainted with the change, with the styles, with the actually precisions is very important, because I know that you are getting used to seeing something scrambled and then text on top of each other. But this way is very much organized. And then, of course, I'm going to change the picture of it a little bit more, maybe bold, but this is the system that we are following. I have actually organized, we have some news actually from Iran, which I like to perform it. And then after that, we're going to go with the continuation with the other program that we have till 8 o'clock, in order just to get to the Dr. Ahdiye's program. We will see a report from the Baha'is in Iran.
That the following report contains distressing details about capital punishment. Executions have continued in Iran despite the current war. Human rights organisations are warning the regime is sending a brutal message to citizens who challenge it. Fears are mounting in the minority Baha'i community, and there are reports some members have been subjected to extreme torture in recent weeks. This story was produced in collaboration with SBS Persian. From her home in Melbourne, Amelia Nazari clings to hope that her cousin, Payvand Naimi, a follower of the Baha'i faith imprisoned in Iran, will be spared.
He was subject to continuous torture for 3 days. He was physically beaten, and he's been subjected to 2 mock executions. And all of this because they're trying to get him to confess to things that he has not done.
Naimi was arrested during Iran's most recent round of protests that was sparked by economic issues, and is being held on charges his supporters say are fabricated.
False accusations that he's been involved in the death of 3 IRGC agents, or Basiji agents. It's impossible for him to have committed that offense, because at the time of the alleged deaths of those Basijis, he was already in detention.
His cousin, Borna Naimi, has also been imprisoned since March and has reportedly endured at least 2 mock executions. Human rights advocates say they are being persecuted because of their faith.
We are seeing an intensified crackdown on Baha'i citizens in Iran. We saw it after the June conflict with Israel. We've seen a lot of people charged as alleged spies or conspirators with the state of Israel, and we certainly are seeing that same narrative being pushed again.
According to human rights organisations, Iran's Baha'i community had been systematically persecuted since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, at a level the United Nations says constitute crimes against humanity.
It has included executions, it's included forced confessions, it's included harassment, torture, the denial of livelihoods, access to higher education. All of this has been attempts by the Iranian authorities to coerce the Baha'is to abandon their beliefs.
The Baha'i community is considered the largest non-Muslim religious minority in Iran, with an estimated population of 300,000. There are at least 20,000 people who identify as Baha'i in Australia, with estimates more than 10% of Australia's Iranian diaspora are followers of the faith.
We believe Iranians of any religion, of any ethnicity, of any background, have the inherent right to contribute to the future of their country.
Baha'is are not the only group facing persecution and the risk of death penalty in Iran. Since 2020, Iran has seen a steady rise in the use of capital punishment.
It's really sending the most horrific warning signal to anyone who seeks to be a political dissident or a human rights defender.
For our Momtazian, peace and unity are central principles of her faith, and she says it's this hope for a better future that binds the Baha'i community together.
No repression can essentially rob what the convictions inside someone's heart, their desire for freedom, their desire for justice, their desire to live a life according to dignity.
Jennifer Scherer, SBS World News.
Coming up next, many face.
Yes, friend, that was the news from Iran. Actually, from now on, I will present the news about the latest news of the Baha'i faith and its followers around the world. On Thursday mornings, 5 to 10 minutes, I'm trying to collect all the data and all the news from around the world, from the newspapers, website, etc., in order just to report it to you on Thursday for 5 to 10 minutes. We are going to have that report. We are still during the Rizwan time. Happy Rizwan, everybody. Let's hear you to a music for that.
From the garden by the riverside, a voice of truth could not be denied. In Baghdad where the roses grew, a new dawn came for me and you. 12 days of light, a sacred call, a message meant to unite us all. From every land, every tongue, we sing as one. We sing as one. No more war, no more divide. One human family worldwide. A promise shining from above. A world renewed in unity and love. Light it up, breathe on fire. Higher now, take us higher. Paradise is here today. Let the whole world
was very nice music. Okay, friends, as you know, on Thursdays, normally we do have some small, short videos, informational. Actually, last 2 weeks, we actually show a couple video under the name of Like the Breeze. Tonight, I'm going to show another one, Like the Breeze, the production of Persian BMS. Of course, this one is in English. So we're going to hear this one before we go to Dr. Ahdia's program.
به ونکوور خوش آمدید. My name is Mark. I was born and raised in North Vancouver. I've been married for 3.5 years and I am a lawyer. I was born in 1980. We had a very kind of liberal family, one that was very kind, a very loving home. I have one brother and one sister. I should mention I went to the same elementary and secondary school as both my parents. I spent my time after school playing a lot of road hockey, a lot of video games as well, and a lot of TV. Big holidays for us were Christmas time and Thanksgiving. So we'd get together with a big extended family. We would host very often actually because we had quite a large house. We just do it to be with family and have a good time without any knowledge of the original meaning. So I was a very poor student. I didn't like to do homework. So after school I would like to play road hockey or watch TV as much as possible. And I would also like to play video games with my friends. That was much more interesting than studying. So I went all the way through elementary and secondary school, not really achieving good grades. I thought that I wouldn't be able to get into college or university after high school because my grades were so bad. So instead I worked. In grade 12, I worked at a grocery store as a customer service clerk for a little bit. I also taught kickboxing and karate. My big kind of passion, I guess you could say, when I was from about 16 onwards was kickboxing. I started competing in kickboxing tournaments when I was about 17 and kept competing until I was 23 or so. Immediately after high school, I started working as a private investigator. I would do a lot of surveillance, so I would basically park in my van or my SUV, whichever vehicle I had at the time, and I would wait for them to come out of their house, then follow them around and videotape them. If they went grocery shopping, I pretended to go grocery shopping. If they went to the gym, I would take my little pinhole camera, so it's the size of a pinhole, and I would follow them in there and pretend to work out near them and film them while they were doing that. With your brother only no. With your brother only no. With your brother only no. So what that entails, of course, is a lot of just sitting around and waiting for things to happen. To pass the time faster, we would always listen to talk radio. Talk radio helps the time pass a lot faster than music does. While listening to talk radio, I became exposed to a lot of different theories and philosophies that I had never heard before, including conservative philosophies, if I can use that word, or religious philosophies. And at first it was very strange to me to hear because it seemed like it belonged in the 1950s or something. It seemed like something for a different era. But gradually, my mind was changed on a lot of issues, such as the importance of family, or the sanctity of life, or the importance of religion for the health of society. So gradually, I started thinking that religion was actually a very good thing for society. At that time, of course, I knew nothing about it, but the principles that all the religions had really started to take a hold on me. It was a great job when I was young because, well, it's adventurous. You never know where you'll end up. But as I got older, I became a little tired of not knowing when I was going to be off work or not knowing when I was going to be working. At the same time, I started going to school just part-time when I was about 24, or 23 actually. I found I was actually very good at school. Once I became convinced that religion was a good thing for society, and especially it was how it teaches people to become a better person. That was what I was particularly interested in. I started investigating religions, and in order so that I could make myself a better person. So I started by going to a church because I knew that they spoke English there, and it seemed like a good place to start. And so I attended church for about 1.5 to 2 years. I found it very interesting. I had my study Bible and I read that a lot. But at the same time, I also investigated other religions as well. Mostly I did this with books and over the internet. After a while, I actually became convinced that God did in fact exist, whereas before I mentioned I grew up kind of like a Canadian. It's a very secular kind of environment. An important thing to me was to be active in combating evil and serving society. I would consider myself a pretty good person at that point, but I started seeing the society that I lived in as one that was more concerned with entertainment and comfort rather than trying to alleviate the suffering in the world. And the more I thought about that, the more dissatisfied I was with my own lifestyle and with my culture, really. I was already learning a lot about religions. I had my Bible, I had a Quran, I had other holy scriptures that I was reading. I was talking to people of different religious backgrounds. While I was on this search, I enrolled in a course called Philosophy of Religion. This course is all about whether God exists or not. And in that course, I met a Baha'i. One day, everyone went around and talked about what they believed in. And he explained that he was Baha'i, and he explained something called progressive revelation in about 30 seconds. And that meaning that there is one God and a series of messengers, including Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, the Buddha, Krishna, Zoroaster. They've all come to humanity to progressively reveal this one religion to mankind. And that was exactly what I was looking for, because the reason why I had not accepted any religion beforehand was because I saw each religion as very, very beautiful, except for when their followers told me about the other religions. So each religion on its own seemed very beautiful, but they couldn't answer the questions of what about all the other religions. And so this actually is the only thing that made sense to me. that course actually ended shortly afterwards, so I didn't see that Baha'i again for quite some time. And I went to the phone book. Back then we used these things called phone books. They're about that big, very thick. And I looked under churches and there was nothing there. I thought, well, this isn't any good. I figured there was no Baha'is in Canada. So I stopped searching for a while because I thought it was wonderful, but I just figured I didn't really realize there were Baha'is here. And then one day I was out at UBC, University of British Columbia, and it was clubs days where all the students have their student club tables, and there was a Baha'i club table there. And I was very happy to find them. I said, wow, we have Baha'is in Canada. This is great. Where is your church? I want to go to your church. And she said, well, we don't really have churches. We have a Baha'i center. I said, that's great. Tell me where it is. So she actually this student gave me the information for the Baha'i center, and there was a course there that was for seekers. It was about 4 or 5 weeks long. On the last day, the teacher of this course says, okay, so who wants to become Baha'i? And I became Baha'i like that.
ای مهربان بهای من، تو تایید کن، تو توفیق بخش. ما افسرده ایم، تو دریای آتش. ما پژمرده ایم، تو نسائم روح بخش. نسیم عنایتی و شمیم محبتی برسان.
My parents, in typical Canadian fashion, said, that's wonderful, Mark. As long as you're happy, we're happy. And then they also made fun of me a little bit for joining this cult. But then, of course, they're just joking. And once in a while, they still make fun of me for not drinking alcohol or living a chaste life and things like that. My family sometimes jokes that the reason why I'm the only religious person in my family is because of what happened when I was baptized. Because I didn't come from a religious family, they didn't really believe in baptism or anything. And of course, they never attended church. But it's also just a Canadian thing to do to get your baby baptized. So there we were at the church. I've got my little white gown on. I'm a baby. At the same time, there's another baby there to get baptized. Now, my parents are there like, this will be fun, haha. But the other baby came from a very religious family. The grandparents flew to Israel and gathered water from the River Jordan to bring it back for the baptism. But who got that baptism water first? It was me. And the other baby had to have the used holy baptism water from the River Jordan. So while this was happening, my parents were like, oh no. But the priest had no idea what was happening. The grandparents of that other baby were furious. I gave away all my gangster rap CDs. I had a big pile, right? Actually maybe like that big. And I gave it all away. And my mom was very scared. She says, what next? Are you gonna, maybe I shouldn't say this, but she says, what next? Are you gonna stop having sex before marriage? And my friend turns to her and he says, he already did. And she goes, oh my God. So this is an example of the very big difference between kind of a religious lifestyle and the kind of Canadian mentality. So I went from agnostic, so not having a belief in God, to being interested in religion, to believing in God, and then going on a search for the truth, the one true religion. At that point, I was really praying to God to send me the truth. I remember I said in my prayer to God, whatever the truth looks like, I will accept it. So if it means I have to learn a new language, okay. If I have to wear some funny clothing, okay. But I just want the truth. It was a very uncomfortable time actually, because while I still saw the beauty and was so fascinated by all these religions I was learning about, at the same time I was being told by members of these religions that if I didn't accept their particular religion, I would go to hell. So it was good and bad, good and bad experience in a sense. It was a struggle to keep searching. So with the Baha'i faith, what really changed is I now found a way that I can serve humanity in a very effective way that will be conducive to my own growth and to the growth of my community and society as a whole.
اولین باری که مارکو دیدم توی دانشگاه SFU بود. روزی بود که کلوب‌های مختلف بودن و میزایی داشتند، هر یکی برای بسکتبال، یکی برای ادیان مختلف، و دیدم که یه کسی وایساده دم این میز بهایی کلوب. یه نفر سفید پوسته و کلی پوستر گذاشته و کتاب گذاشته و خیلی مشتاق هست که با من دربارش حرف بزنه، و بعد گفتم که خب من بهایی هستم البته. و اونجا اولین باری بود که دیدمش.
We both served together by holding meetings and doing a study book with some friends there and doing other sorts of club activities. So it was a very good way to meet and get to know the character of somebody by doing service with them. Very shortly after I started seeing her, I went away for a year to China because I had actually planned it for quite some time. And I went there for a year and taught English.
They told me I come home with a Chinese wife, but they don't understand. I got a much better life with my Junam. My Junam, your name is Maryam. Every day I gotta say Mentora Dusaram. Yeah, my Junam, your name is Maryam. Every day I gotta say.
Then I came back, and afterwards, unfortunately, I had to go again because I went to law school out in Ontario, which is about 4.5 hours away by plane ride. But then I came back, and we got married during the winter break right before my last semester there.
من مارک هستم، داماد هستم. ایشون عروس من. I can be your hero, baby. I can take away the pain. I will stand by you forever.
Well, I don't have a Persian family. And I don't have a family that understands the meaning of khastagari. So I went there by myself to Miriam's parents. And it was just me and her parents in the kitchen of her house. So there I was by myself. Well, first of all, only Miriam's mom really speaks any English. Her dad's English is not so good. So I said, Ozma, I was thinking that Miriam and I should get married. And now, first of all, remember, my parents, when I told them that we're engaged, or that's how you do it in Canadian land, they said, oh, that's wonderful, Mark. Yay, that's great. This is great news. And they're very happy for me. So I was expecting something of the same thing with Miriam's parents. No, not at all. So I said to Osman, like I said, so I was thinking Miriam and I should get married. And she says, And then she says something to Miriam's dad, Mansour. Bara, 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 bara. And then he says, bara, 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 bara. And she says to me, how will you support her? I said, well, you know, I'm in law school right now. Lawyers are relatively well paid, I think. I think that'll be okay. And then more. No smiling, of course. No laughing. Mariam's mom says, what if Mariam has some health problems sometime later? I said, well, you know, I could do my best to support her, and, you know, marriage is forever, so, you know, whatever it takes to get through any difficulties, I'm committed. Then more talking, blah, 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 blah. I didn't understand anything they're saying, of course. And then Mary's mom says to me, Mansour says he's not opposed to the marriage. I said, okay, that's great. And then they were still stone cold faced. And that was the Khastagari. Mariam was too afraid to be there.
No, I wasn't there.
She wasn't there. She couldn't take it.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
She was more nervous than I was at first. Now, in hindsight, maybe I should have been nervous. But I said,
you had no
parents
idea.
will love me. It's okay, no problem.
No.
I was overconfident.
It doesn't matter your past. If your heart is searching, your answer will come like a breeze.
Thank you so much, Mark. Gordon actually was one of the best actually episode that we had in Like the Breeze. So it was so nice. Okay, friends, I think I'm a little bit late, 4 minutes. I know that Dr. Ahtiye is in back east. It's very late for them. And I have to thank them, thank Dr. Ahdiye really accepting to come to our program tonight. He's online, and I'm gonna unmute him. So, Dr. Ahdiye, I'll mute you. Welcome to our Talar. You have been, of course, right here. You are part of this Talar anyway.
Allah.
Allah. Okay, let me make you actually in a speaker. Okay, you can turn on your camera.
Allah.
Oh, so nice to see you.
Oh, it's so wonderful. Imagine I'm still alive.
So as we.
It's amazing. I'm telling you, when I look at some of the friends that I met a couple of years ago, Milab Salis, Abbas Agha.
Yes. Dr. Adi, can we hear you? Are you there? I think maybe they have a little bit problem. We have to wait a little bit. So just Dr. Adi, are you there? Yes. He has the Titania, I believe that. I think she's there. Okay, hold on. Let me see if there is another Ahdiye. Hold on, please. Okay. Hold on. Let me, okay. Okay, Doctor, I just opened another channel right here. Looks like you're coming from right now. Okay. Hold on, let me Let me organize you right here. Okay, here we go. You are in.
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, oh, different view.
How do I look?
Very nice.
Nice. Do you like my
Like
scarf?
always.
Thanks.
Very
Hello.
nice, Dr. Adi. So
Nice.
nice to see you.
Wonderful to see you, Farid. See you since this late at night. I know I usually in bed and I have some dreams, but then my love for you and friends
Thank you so much.
keep me awake to see all of you. Uh, I think, as I promised you tonight, I would concentrate and talk about our dear Amatul Baha Ruhi Khanom, Ruhi Rabbani. And the reason I wanted to talk about her because I felt very close to this lady for last 30, 40, 50 years. She often come to New York, as probably some of you know. She was born in New York in 1910. So she often come to New York, and whenever she would come to New York, I had the pleasure and honor of either drive her to the meeting, organize the conferences for her, and organize the dinner parties and things like this. So I have lots of recollection and stories that I can share with you. Simply because of that, at some point a few years ago, I talked to a colleague of mine, Harry Chapman. I said, with all this history of Khanom in New York and her life, why don't we work on a book together? And we did. It was a wonderful book. It was published by the NSA of Australia in English language. It's been translated to Spanish, and the Persian version is going to be available by the German NSA soon. I thought if you show the first pictures, Farid and John, show the first collection of pictures, then I talk a little more about her. Okay, in this collection, there are few scenes of this humble servant and with this great lady, the Queen of Baha'i Faith, Ruhi Khanum. Just to eventually, I'm going to talk about her life and the history and her contribution. But I thought I also start with telling you some of the occasions and the meeting I had with her while she was in New York. As I mentioned, she spent lots and lots of time in New York City. In 1970s, 80s, 90s, New York really was the center of the universe. Whoever want to travel to America, they usually landed in New York. That was a hub of many airlines and a hub of cultures and media and all that. And she loved the city of New York. I think I mentioned this already. So let me tell you a few occasions of the upper right picture that you see is Khanum is helping us and this humble servant with Peter Kahn, former member of House of Justice, and Mr. Sobhani. This is the occasion that the Khanum was in New York, and the New York Spiritual Assembly and myself as his treasurer, we were trying to buy a Baha'i center, and we needed some money. We have come across a very good deal. This publishing house was willing to sell us this magnificent building for a very low price of, I think, $250,000. And of course, we didn't have that kind of money in 1970s. That was lots of money. Oh, I should tell you, the same place that we bought the place for $250,000 now is estimated is worth at $15 million. That they want to sell it if they get the chance. So she gave a marvelous talk about the sacrifice and importance of New York City. And this particular center was so close where Abdul Baha spent so much time in this area. Abdul Baha gave his first talk in the Church of Ascension which is only 2 blocks from the Baha'i Center. I spent time in Julia Thompson House, the famous painter and a Baha'i who is only 2 blocks away, and many others, and Bowery Mission and other places. So we successfully bought the center, and I never forget that night. She was anxious to find out after this marvelous talk she gave how much we have raised. And of course, quickly I count the pledges, and the contribution was not as much as she expected. And she turned to my face and said, Hussein, I don't think so. You're going to have enough money to buy the center. But I guess her prayers and other friends' prayer help us, and we bought the Baha'i Center. That's the first picture on the upper right. The picture you see on the left side, so she looks so charming and beautiful in that picture. You know that she spent the months in South America, in Brazil and Peru and other places, traveling along the Amazon River. And she called that adventure Green Expedition. And they did lots of pictures and films and all that. So she came to New York, and I spent 2-3 months in New York. I remember I used to go with her to these studios, and she was editing all those films and those pictures. And eventually she developed this beautiful video that I think is available on YouTube and other places called The Green Expedition. So I recommend to see that. This occasion that you see the picture, we were showing her video or movie actually for the first time at Columbia University. And she was so excited to see such a large number of friends and Baha'i. And actually there were a number of media personality, non-Baha'i, who also showed up to watch the movie. Okay, and then on the lower right side, oh God, this brings so much memory back. I'm ready to cry. The picture on the lower right side is another occasion that she was in New York. She came to New York on behalf of the Universal House of Justice to present the peace message to Secretary General of the United Nations. I think his name was Utant, if I'm not mistaken. And that was good. Actually, just let me tell you this. That morning, I picked her up in my car from her hotel and drove her to UN headquarters. And I was so excited that accompanied Ruhi Khanom, and I'm going to meet the Secretary General of United Nations. I may even take a picture with him. So we got to the lobby of the UN, and there was some receptionist waiting for her. And then suddenly she told me, Hussein, you wait here. When we finish our meeting, we come and get you. I was really, my heart was broken that I didn't have the opportunity to go and be present in such an important occasion. But then what happened the same day at nighttime, New York Special Assembly organized a major gathering, conference for her. More than 2,000 people were present. And she is on the podium giving a talk. And that particular night, I was chairing the meeting. It was so cute, actually. It was the first time I was introducing her to such a large crowd. And I was anxious to give her a nice biography of this wonderful lady. So I consulted friends. I remember Mr. Bora Kavalan, member of the House, was there, and he knew her personally. I got some information from him, and I prepared such a lovely, long introduction. So I got on the microphone, and I began to talk. For almost 10 minutes, I spent talking about her and what she did, where she was born, how old she was, and this and that. And suddenly I saw she was sitting in the front row of the conference. She got up and she came on the stage, and she almost pushed me on the side without finishing her introduction. And she said, enough is enough. So then she mentioned that one thing Hussein forget to tell you, the name of my elementary school teacher Otherwise, she wanted to make a point that I have gone too far in terms of introducing her. So this was another one. Oh, we were walking in the street of New York. And it was a rainy day, and we had to cross the street, and there was a puddle of water right in the street and sidewalk. So as a gentleman, I tried to be helped. So I reached her arm, tried to help her to cross. Oh my God, this lady, she pushed me on the side. She said, Hussein, where were you when I was in Africa? So just to make a point that, okay, I don't need your help to cross the street. Okay, one more occasion or a couple of more occasions, then I stop. One of the meeting, the House of Justice was very anxious at that time that Ruhi Khanom meet with some of the leading Jewish figures in New York, because there were, of course, there's such an influence between New York Jewish community and Israeli situation. And at that time, the President Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, was the ambassador of Israel to United Nations, and we had the organized a meeting between her and him. We went to the Israeli embassy with such a security and such a tight thing. So again, I had to wait in the lobby for her. She went and had the meeting, and I'm sure it was very productive. On and on. Oh, we arranged a number of dinner party for her. She loved Chinese food. She loves to eat in generally any kind of food, especially spicy and tasty Indian and Chinese food. That was her love. So there's a very fancy and beautiful Chinese restaurant in New York called Shanley Dynasty. They have a branch on the east side of New York, and they have a branch on the west side of New York. So, of course, I made the arrangement for this wonderful dinner party that New York Member of Assembly and number of other people will be present and have dinner with her. So we all are waiting in the Shanley Dynasty on the east side where I made the reservation. 7 o'clock, 7:10, 7:30, and she's not showing up. It was I was wondering what happened to Ruhi Khanom. Suddenly she walked in with Violet, and she was so upset because by mistake she has gone to Chonli Dynasty restaurant on the west side. And of course she blamed me for the not giving her the proper information. So that was, I went to Kennedy Airport. She was flying back to Israel, and there was a delay on her flight. And those days, was very complicated. I'm talking about 1970s, I think, or early 80s. And then because it was a delay, we decided to go and have some coffee or something while waiting for departing time. Then she asked me to go and check about I went there, oh my God, I find out her flight has left already. We should have waited by the gate to see what happened. And of course, again, she blamed me for missing her flight, and she had to go back to hotel and get her flight next day. One more story. I hope you don't get tired of my stories. I'm going to give her a full biography. I have written this book all about her. So I know a lot. I hope in period of question and answer, you can ask me some question. I can answer you also. What happened? I forgot. What I was going to say? In the airport, going there. So, maybe the parrot. Oh, parrot. Yes. Thank you, Tatiana. They called me, Violet or one of her assistants called me and said, Hussein, is there anybody going to Haifa within the next week or so? So I found out this young man was going for a pilgrimage and all that. So I let them know. And she said, tell him that I have something to give him to take to Haifa for me. And the young man was so excited that the wife of Shoghi Effendi, Ruhi Khanom, is going to give him something to take to Haifa. She thought maybe the poor guy thought it's a book, or it's a tablet, or it's something else. So we are in airport with this young man. TWA was the terminal that we were. and it was a little late. Suddenly I saw this lady, Rui Khanom and Violet, they are running in the hallway of TWA, and what they had in their arm was a cage with a parrot in it. Oh my God. So she brought the parrot and give it to this young man. He said, I want to take this parrot with you to Haifa. I want you in the plane, talk to the parrot because it's going to miss me. You know, this is the parrot I think she got when she was in Amazon, because that was the time that she was spending time in New York and she wanted to send a parrot to Haifa. So this, I can imagine this poor guy is sitting in the plane with the cage with the parrot next to him or on his lap throughout the flight and trying to talk to the parrots so the parrot won't miss the Khanum so much. We are in Haifa with my wife. We are staying in a fancy hotel in Haifa, Dan Panorama. And I woke up in the morning looking for my, I think, eyeglasses or something. I could not find it. Looking for something else, I could not find it. So I asked my wife in the hotel room, have you seen my eyeglasses? Have you seen my something? She said, no. And then she said, where is my handbag? Tahara said, my wife. And we realized that at the middle of night, while we were asleep, they have come to the room and they have robbed us. This was quite unusual. It is that what has happened. So the same day, we had lunch with her in her residence, and Violette was there and another friend. And then I told her the story. She was so surprised. I've been living in here for many years, especially that hotel. I can't believe that you were robbed in that hotel. And then my wife, she opened her mouth. She always does. You know, at that point, my children were volunteer youth doing year of service in Haifa. And I left the door open for them. So they come late at night. They don't, so they can. So the door was, I don't think so, fully open, but somehow it's open some. So I think they took advantage of us and they robbed us. There's a whole story behind that. Oh, we had a wonderful dinner party in Habib Sabet's apartment on a Park Avenue. Many people were there, and I start to tell some jokes. She said, Hossein, your jokes are not funny. Please stop. So of course I did stop. So these are some of my recollection of her, my personal things. I have much more. So maybe some other occasion I share with you. The book that we have written is really, basically is written for the young people. Because I think the older Baha'is, they are familiar with her life and they know it. But we had the feeling that the younger people don't quite appreciate the station and service and contribution of this woman. They don't even know much about Shoghi Effendi, to tell you honestly. So this book was really written for young people. And I wanted to concentrate also to portray her younger days. Maybe Feridun John, go to next picture, see if it shows another picture of her. Yeah, these are some of this cute face you see on the right-hand side. It's she in her very young age, maybe it was 7, 8, 9 years old. And then another one, I think that's with Julia Thompson, and that's with one of her favorite. She loves animal. This was any kind of animal. According to Violet Nakhchavani, she had the snake, she had the mouse, she had the cat, she had the dog, she had the parrot. What's that beautiful bird that opened her wing? You see it when you go to Haifa in the house of Abdul Baha and all that. There's a beautiful bird that opened her wing and looked so gorgeous. She had a couple of those. So that was peacock. Peacock. She had a couple of peacock. She was born in New York in 1910 in a hospital called Fifth Avenue Hospital. That hospital later on became known as Mount Sinai's Hospital. There's a history also behind this hospital. The New York Jews were not allowed to go to medical school or work in hospital in those days. Discrimination against them. So some of the Jewish family and others, they started this particular hospital just to take care of their own patient. And little by little, that was expanded and eventually became a major medical center. And I think some of the more liberal non-Jews, they would go and use that hospital service just to support them. And of course, the family of Hanom, Sutherland Maxwell, her mother May, they were quite on the liberal side of the spectrum in those days. So she was born there in 1910. I think it was August of 1910. Her parents, her mother especially, May, was quite a historical figure. She loved Abdul Baha, spent lots of time travel teaching, and often she was very sick, poor woman. But whenever she was well, she was traveling and teaching, and she spent a great deal of time in Paris. And actually, her home in Paris became a center of the Baha'i activity, and some of the leading Baha'i figure in early history of the faith in the Western world began in Paris in her house. Julia Thompson became Baha'i there. Marian Jack, the famous pioneer in Bulgaria, became Baha'i there. Thomas Breckwell became Baha'i there. Agnes Alexander, who later on became Hand of a Cause, became Baha'i there. So this was her mother, in love Abdul Baha. And she was so much in love with him and the faith, her mother, that she often would leave Khanum as a young girl by herself in Canada with her father. So from very young age, maybe 10, 12, 13, she learned how to take care of the affair of the house. But of course, there was a tremendous love between mother and daughter. There are extensive correspondence between the two of them. And all this love that the mother had for her and give her all kind of advice and all that. She even her education in her younger days, because the traditional Canadian education was so restricted and controlled that her parents, especially her mother, began this Montessori school system in their house to educate her. And eventually the idea was expanded and Montessori became popular in Canada. In her younger days, she became so in love for teaching the faith that she would extensively travel. And at that time, the Dawnbreaker was completed and published, written by Shoghi Effendi. And she would often travel around the country and would teach Dawnbreaker, especially in the Baha'i school, like the Greenacre and Lou Helen. They spent some time actually in Washington, D.C., because unfortunately in Washington, D.C. those days, there were a serious discrimination between the white and black Baha'is. And she spent some time there trying to remedy this problem. And there are some correspondence between her and Shoghi Effendi. She was constantly in touch with Shoghi Effendi. She would report about her activity, about what she's up to, and Shoghi Effendi advised her. And it's amazing that I think there was some divine relation already established. As a matter of fact, her parents could not have a child. And Abdul Baha, they wrote to Abdul Baha, and Abdul Baha prayed that they would have, and eventually they have this wonderful daughter, Mary Maxwell. And the time that Abdul Baha was in Western world, he went to Canada, and he stayed in their house for 3 days. There's a cute story that Abdul Baha has mentioned that he said, when I was in Canada, I was resting one afternoon on my bed. Suddenly, this sweet little girl, I think she was 2 years old at the time, she came in and she opened up my closed eyes and she kept saying, Abdul Baha, wake up, wake up. And her parents tried to chastise her, but then Abdul Baha stopped them. He said, no, she's the ultimate of sweetness, leave her alone. So this looked like there was a providence that with the prayer of Abdul Baha, with training Abdul Baha, she would be prepared to eventually marry Abdul Baha's grandson, Shoghi Effendi. She went to Haifa a number of occasions. I think the first time she went there, she was 13 years old with her mother. Something cute happened then too. May Maxwell, of course, was well known. Maybe go to next picture, see what we have. Feridun John, go to next picture. Yeah, this is when she was a young. Look at how beautiful she is. My goodness, she's gorgeous. So she was 13 years old, and she was in Haifa with her mother, and staying in the I don't know, some house. Somebody came by the door, knocked at the door. And her mother, of course, was sick in the bed, laying down. She ran to the door, opened the door, and the gentleman said, I have come here to meet Mrs. Maxwell, May Maxwell. And this young girl told him, but she's resting right now. But who are you? And guy said, I'm Shoghi Effendi. My God, she got such a shock. She got so scared that she ran from the front door all the way to the bedroom where her mother was, went to the bed next to her and shivering. And the mother was wondering what happened to her. Asked her, what's going on? He said, there is a Shoghi Effendi at the door. And so her mother told her, get yourself together and go and welcome her and say Allah Akbar and bring him in. So that was the first time I think that she met Shoghi Effendi. Then she went a few other times and also met her there. The occasion of 1937 was a wonderful occasion. That was a time, I think, again, she went to Haifa with her mother. And it was in that occasion that Shoghi Effendi's mother, which I cannot remember her name right now, she mentioned to her and her mother, Mary Maxwell mother, that she would love to see that her son Shoghi Effendi marry her daughter Mary. This was the greatest thing that could ever happen to anyone in the Baha'i world. The marriage was arranged. Her father was informed. The consent was given. The greatest holy leaves were very much instrumental in the wedding. The wedding actually took place in her room. And the occasion was such a simple and beautiful occasion that, according to her, the way she wrote it in the Priceless Pearls, she said she was wearing a black dress and maybe a white blouse as a bride. Shoghi Effendi pick her up. They drove to Bahji Shrine of Baha'u'llah, and they said read the tablet of visitation or something, exchange rings, and then return back. His mother was there, and her mother, I'm not sure about her father was there or not. They signed some papers they have to, and the wedding took place. This marriage that lasted 20 years, because was started 1937, as you will talk about it. Shoghi Effendi died in 1957. For 20 years, this woman was the shield and protector and supporter and helper of Shoghi Effendi. All this correspondent that was coming, she was helping. All the visitors that come to Haifa, she would take care of it. All the contract that she has to be signed, she would take care of it. The way she helped Shoghi Effendi that period is unusual and unbelievable for any wife. The Priceless Pearls fully cover that. And Shoghi Effendi was quite appreciative of what she was doing for the faith and for her. This was the period also that almost all the Shoghi Effendi's family, including his parents, they became a covenant breaker. So perhaps the only one that was helping her and stay with him and stick with him beside the greatest holy leaf was Ruhi Khanum, and was quite appreciative of what she did for Shoghi Effendi. The life in the Haifa during the Second World War, that was quite horrible. Haifa was bombed. There was a fighting between the Arab and Jews. The Zionist movement has really spread in Israel. Lots of killing, lots of shooting, no possibility of any traveling. So, but the two of them, instead of just feeling sorry of what's going on, they concentrate on producing and writing and all that. This was the period of time that Shoghi Effendi wrote The God Passes By. It was a master work of history. I beg you to read that book if you want to have appreciation of a history of the faith and how the history should be written. It was a time that they put together the drawing and the basic premises for the building Shrine of the Bab, because also around, I think it was 1940s, that unfortunately her mother, while she was traveling and pioneering in Argentina at the age of 70, she died with a major heart attack. And so her father, who was a top architect, came to what's the next picture, Feridun John? Could we go to the next picture, see what we have? I forgot. Yeah, this is, of course, picture of Shoghi Effendi, and when at the time probably that she married him. Next picture. Okay, we can stay here. I will talk about it in a second. So the Shoghi Effendi was anxious to finish The God Passes By 1944. Or 40, was it 44 or 48? God, I forgot things. To celebrate some 100th anniversary of 1944, 18. Oh, yeah, I think 100 years. 44, 100 years anniversary of the creation of the Bab. So the book God Passes By was released at that time. And I think there is a picture of Shoghi Effendi. Those of us who nowadays try to write books, we have access to Google, computer, internet, no AI, all that. Quickly go and get information and this and that. But remember, this poor man had this small typewriter, was bending on a typewriter and doing typing. It would finish one set of edition, they would edit it, he would type it again 2, 3, 4 times. She would review it and all that. Eventually, this God Passes By and other books came about. Life goes on. War is finished. A new chapter in the Baha'i faith started. The International Baha'i Council was established, that she became a member appointed by Shoghi Effendi. The Hand of a Cause, a series of 1, 2, 3 occasions, they were appointed. Eventually, she was also appointed when her father died. Her father was the Hand of a Cause. When he died, Shoghi Effendi appointed her and his replace him. So 1957, in November, Shoghi Effendi and her, they went to London to do some purchasing of some material for the archive, because the archive building, I think, was finished or was in process of finishing, and they needed the proper furniture and all that. And then at that point, unfortunately, Shoghi Effendi catch the flu, and then one night in his sleep, he died from a massive heart attack. And it's quite a lovely description of how said Ruhi Khanum went in the morning to say hello to him. in his room. He was working late at night, and in his room in the hotel, he had set up this huge table with the books and maps and this and that. Everything was right there. And she found him that unfortunately he died in that occasion. The shock of his passing was unbelievable. But then she decided that it's unbelievable how strong this woman was, that she lost her husband, she lost her companion, and then now she has to comfort and figure out what to do with the Baha'i community. First, she informed the Baha'i Council about his passing to prepare them. Then she informed all the hand of a cause that he has died. Then she telegrammed 3 days later all the NSA. She wanted to gradually prepare them for this sad news to give to the Baha'i community. And a funeral was arranged. Again, please read about it. It was a rainy day. Thousands of people were there. All the hands was there. One of the hand washed the body of Shoghi Effendi, and then there was carried to the, I think, southeast cemetery, and he was buried there. And at that point, as they were leaving the cemetery, the story goes that she had the vision that said Shoghi Effendi always loved Roman columns, and he said he never had the chance of using any column in the Bahji or Haifa area, but she figured out this would be good to have a column on the top of her grave, and then have a globe, and then have an eagle on top of that, and that's what the picture you see. There was no will and testament by Shoghi Effendi. The hands went back to Haifa. They did search, they look, and then they announced that unfortunately there is no successor to Shoghi Effendi and there's no will. And they consulted, and they also read some of the latest messages of the Shoghi Effendi that really appointed the hands as the stewards and the protector and of the faith. So they decided they are the one who are going to take care of the affair. 9 of them were elected to stay in Haifa as a custodian from 1967 from 1957 to 1963. They were the custodian, and she was one of them who was always. I think this picture you see is a picture of them, of those 9. Could you move next picture, please, Paladin John? Okay. One of the things that Shoghi Effendi asked, I'm moving fast because there are so much thing to say about her. One day they said, Ruya Khanum said, I was passed by Shoghi Effendi. Suddenly she stopped me, and he stopped me, and he said, what would you do after I die? And poor woman was so shocked. He said, please, Shoghi, don't talk like this. I don't want to live without you. That's not nice. You should not die. He said, no, what would you do? And then he said, I assume that you would begin to travel and go around and teach the faith. So this was really the command and advice of Shoghi Effendi to his wife and Ruya Khanum. And I think this was the beginning of 20, 30 years of traveling to far corner of the world. Altogether, somebody, I think Yola Nakhjavani has done some research. She said she has visited 154 countries, and then another 20, 30 dependencies and islands and all that. So this was her story. This picture probably was taking what she loved most, to spend time with the indigenous people, whether in Africa, whether among the Native American, whether in India, even though she was very comfortable to meet with the Haile Selassie, the emperor of Ethiopia, to meet the king of Samoa, to meet Prince Philip, no, that is the king of England, to meet Nehru's, the daughters of Nehru, Mrs. Nehru, who was the president of India. So, and the relation that she developed with this high echelon of people were very much the same that she had with the average, down-to-earth, native Baha'is and non-Baha'is. So I remember in number of occasions she was expressing her love. He said the Western Baha'is, Americans, are so critical and they are so punctual. For example, they want to start a feast exactly at 7:30. If it's 7:35, they all get excited. Oh, it's late. Why are we starting late? He said in Africa, they don't realize, and a poor African is traveling miles and miles to come to feast. And if she's not there at 7:30, so we should wait for this person to arrive. And on and on. Her life is very colorful. Move next picture, please, Farid John. I want to see what's the next picture. Oh, this is the there is so much to say. This is a picture of her when she was in Amazon traveling on this famous boat. And there was, I really suggest that you get hold of that Green Line expedition and see that video. You would really enjoy that. Next picture. There was a family from Canada, Hayden family, that they were for many years they were pioneer in Africa. They were very close to William Sears and all that. And Khanum loved them, spent lots of time. And this I can't remember Mr. Hayden's first name, but he was very wealthy Canadian, had his own private plane. And when Khanum was in Canada, he would take her to all the different parts of Canada to meet with the indigenous people in far-fetched places in Canada. Next picture, Aziz. Yeah, this is again, as I said, that this is she was feeling so comfortable among the native Indian. I think this picture, if I'm not mistaken, was taken in Ecuador, way on the top of the mountain that she goes. And natives, American, love this woman. I read someplace that some of the tribe believe that she was returned of some kind of a old prophet of their tribe or somebody. So this was Ecuador. Next, Aziz. Oh, I love this picture. She was a very beautiful lady, by the way, throughout. Toward the end of her life, last couple of years, she could not travel as much anymore. But they said in Haifa, uh, I don't know if I don't remember those days, was there or not. She would organize these wonderful dinner parties, Indian dinner, African dinner, and this and that. And she would ask people to dress as such, and she would prepare the native food for them and entertain them and encourage them, especially for the staff member who were volunteering in Haifa and doing this. Next. This is her adventure in Canada. You see her behind that motorcycle drivers, my goodness, and in the plane going places. These pictures were all given to me by Hayden family that I'm using it. Next. I think we are coming to an end, Aziz.
Yes.
Okay. And this is me. Yeah. In my younger days, and this is somewhere in downtown Manhattan, New York, probably showing off with my book and on her life. Save your money, get your copy from either Baha'i bookstore or Amazon. Read fully about it. No, I don't know how much time we have left, Aziz, but I'd love for the question and answer period. Sure. If you have any, I'd be more than glad to answer.
Thank you so much. Really, we enjoyed a lot. The thing is just, I know that you have a lot more to say. You wrote a book. You have really memory with Ruya Khanum, and thank you so much. Actually, that you shared some of them with us tonight. Okay, friends, if you have any questions from Dr. Ahdieh, I think that's the time that we can go and ask her if you have any questions. I personally, I know I met Ruya Khanum once in her house, because actually her house, Abdul Baha, during the year of 2001, 2002, House of Justice gave it to me, the drawings and then the plans of the house for the remodeling after the passing of Ruya Khanum, of course. But I met Ruya Khanum once in that house as well. Still, I do have those drawings. They're just the second floor, the room of Ruya Khanum and the guardian, and then first floor and all other things. Because Ruya Khanum had a lot of small things, decorative small things, everywhere. And then when I asked once that when this stuff is going to be moved to archive, in order just for me to do something right there, and they told me that, oh no, it takes at least 9 to 12 months to do it, because they have to take care of it, take care of all these pieces one by one. They have to take a pictures, position where they are. So I think it's just these shelves was, with a mirror, and then these small statues, small ones, not one or two. It's just maybe each level, maybe, I don't know, maybe 30, 40, something like that. And they want to take a picture, record of it, in order just after we do the remodeling and all those things. When they put it back the shelf, they can put those things, small things, the same place that it was. So they said that it takes at least 12 months to do it. So I said, well, okay, so it means then I don't have anything to do right here. I have to wait till you finish it. And of course, just you're waiting and waiting, and took a long time to do it. But still, I do have those plans in my file. Okay, let's go with Saeed Naimi. Saeed Jan, okay, go ahead. I'll just unmute you.
A lot of thanks. A lot of Dr. Ahtier and dear friends. Thank you very much for the talk. I was just thinking that if you can have an idea or opinion, because the pilgrim notes, Shoghi Effendi has made clear what are called pilgrim notes. Now, the writings of Ruya Khanum, are they considered as a pilgrim note, or are there any categorization for her writings or her thoughts or ideas? Because she has a lot of ideas and opinions. We met her in Montreal. She came here, and a lot of friends have met her. She was a wonderful lady, and her status in the annals of the faith is very, very great. So I was just wondering if you have any opinion on this.
Yes, I do. I think the writing of Ruya Khanum should be treated the same way that you treat the writing of any other historian or any other writer. This was very clear. As a matter of fact, there was occasion after she wrote the Priceless Pearl, the story of Shoghi Effendi, she submitted to Baha'i Publishing Trust in America to publish it. And because anything, if they want to publish a book by the Baha'i institution, it has to be reviewed. And it took them such a long time to review her book, because they have to check every historical occasion that she's making a reference to and things like this. Eventually, I think she got so sick and tired of it that she withdrew it and give it to the house, and I think was sent to India and was published in India instead. So
right.
I think I never heard that to be her writing to be treated as a pilgrim notes, but I think basically common senses tell me that her writing should be treated as any knowledgeable historian. Even Shoghi Effendi himself often has said, this is a very amazing thing that Shoghi Effendi has said, that whatever I'm writing now is the best of my knowledge at the present time. And he said, in the future, historian may come across other facts that would complement or supplement what I'm writing. This is quite an admission by the guardian of the faith. Even when he translated the prayers and the writing of Baha'u'llah Abdul Baha, he said, this is again the best I can translate. But maybe in the future, there may be a better translation available. So if he talks about his own writing, Shoghi Effendi, like this, I think probably we should treat the Ruhi Khanum the same way. But speaking of you, Naimi,
Yes.
every time I see you and every time I see your picture in the Facebook, I remember the first time I met you in Llewellyn. Yeah. This is what happened. You told me a very cute story, which I'm going to share now. You told me that these two fellow, they were going to a train station, and when they get there, it was kind of late, and the train was leaving the station, so they start to chase the train and run after, so they could get in. One of them managed to jump in and get in, and so the other one start to laugh and laugh. So they asked him, why are you laughing? He said, this guy came to say goodbye to me. I am the passenger. And he got on the train. So it's amazing that why I love this story for some reason. So, okay, that's it. Next, if there's a next.
Thank you so much.
I love it, Dr. Ahdi. Oh, Dr. Ahdi, besides joke, thank you very much for remembering me. I was just wondering that you mentioned your opinion, but is there any written document from the house or any source that evaluates the writings of Ruya Khanum in a certain way? This is what my question was. Like, is it officially just a historian's word? Because I think it's a bit more than that. She was married to the guardian of the faith, so she has a little bit a higher hand of information than the regular historian. I don't know. I'm just asking.
I haven't come, as John, I haven't come across this. It's a good question to ask, but I have a feeling that how can be that without belittling her writing? That her writing, even though is a wonderful writing, but it still is writing by an individual of a high position. You know, for example, the writing of Mr. Furutan, the writing of Horace Hawley, these are all very significant. Of course, she is more than that, but I don't think so that we should give any special credence to her writing. But we can always ask the House Research Department, see if they, I'd be glad to do that for you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Ahdi, somebody by text asked me if there is any picture of Guardian with Ruya Khanum.
I haven't seen any picture of Ruya Khanum with Guardian, no.
But there is a drawing.
But there are some drawing, Tatiana say, but I don't think so. No, there's no picture. Shoghi Effendi was very reluctant to have any picture, and couple of pictures that you see, not the younger days, in the later days of his life. I think it was taken by the people even without his knowledge or permission. One thing interesting about relation between this couple, while they were traveling in Europe or other places, Ruya Khanum would go out of her way to make sure that Shoghi Effendi is not harassed or contacted. And they said a couple of occasions in the streets of Switzerland or London or somewhere, some Baha'is would recognize Shoghi Effendi and would approach them and try to engage Shoghi Effendi in conversation. Khanum will always intervene and allow Shoghi Effendi to leave, and she would take over the conversation. So this was another protection that, another cute story. I'm not going to mention the name, but Shoghi Effendi was staying in this pension, this hotel type place in Switzerland, and this wonderful Baha'i family who were close to Shoghi Effendi actually they knew where is staying. So in one occasion, while Shoghi Effendi and Rui Khanum was there, they arrived in the hotel at night time, and they noticed Shoghi Effendi is having dinner with Rui Khanum on the corner of the dining room of the hotel. So they got very excited to meet them. So they left a note with the receptionist, with the clerk. I said, please give this note to that gentleman who's sitting there. And they went to the room. They didn't want to interrupt their dinner. And they invite, if it's possible, to have breakfast with them tomorrow morning. So next day, they were so excited that they would have breakfast with Shoghi Effendi. They dress up nicely. They came down, and then they look around. They ask a receptionist, has Mr. and Mrs. Rabbani been around? He said, yes. They checked out very early this morning. This was just to show that they were not, they did not want to have much of interaction while they were away from Haifa.
Thank you. Dr. Miraftali.
I don't know if you remember in one of the meeting in New York that Rui Khanum was talking. She mentioned that Shoghi Effendi one day told her that you know that America is the most corrupted country. And Rui Khanum was blushed and was upset as Shoghi Effendi told her it is true, swallow it. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I heard that. I was not in that meeting, but I do know that Shoghi Effendi has mentioned that America is the most corrupted one. And I think this is a relative term. I don't know, especially these days with what's going on in American politics, you can see that could be the truth. But yeah, there is such a statement was made by Shoghi Effendi to Rui Khanum has mentioned that number of occasions, but on that occasion I wasn't there. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
But
I was there and I heard that thing.
it's possible. He has mentioned that. Yes, yes. Nice
Thank
to
you.
see you, Dr. Mirafsadi.
Thank you.
Love you.
So much.
Love you, Mira.
Shahla Khanum, go ahead. I unmute you already. Okay. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. I truly enjoyed. I am hoping to get the book. I live in Montreal and 1548 Pine Avenue West, which is the home of the Maxwells. We know it at the Baha'i Shrine, the only Baha'i shrine outside the Holy Lands. And we have it open 4 times a week now. And you're very welcome to come on pilgrimage. You can come on a 1-day pilgrimage, or you can come on a 3-day pilgrimage. If you come, we'll tell you about 2 love stories. The story of May and Sutherland Maxwell, the love of each other and the love of Abdul Baha, and the story of Ruh Khanum and Shoghi Effendi. And we also take you through the house. We'll tell you about the history. Also, I want to mention that when the house was built in 1908, 1909, they did not expect to have any children. So the house was built with a guest room, dressing room, Mrs. Maxwell's bedroom, and Mr. Maxwell's bedroom on that floor. And then in 1910, Rui Khanum, Mrs. Maxwell was 40 years old when she had Rui Khanum. And of course, she went to New York, as you mentioned, to have the baby. That's the city she came from, and her family lived there. So of course, she was 2 years old when Abdul Baha came to visit, and we'll tell you in detail about that story. Also, we'll talk. I don't know if you mentioned. I didn't hear you. Rui Khanum started 2 books
which has a lot of correspondence of May Maxwell and Abdul Baha, and also the lifestyle. And she did not finish it. So Violette Nakhjavani, dear Violette, finished it. We have them here. These are good books for Baha'is to read because it shows the correspondence and the services they gave the faith. Also, there is a book that the family of the Maxwell, her Rue Khanum's uncle, two generation back, Mr. Yates has written about the 200 years of Maxwell family going back to Britain. Also, there are books about all the architecture, which, you know, the Maxwells are very well known in Montreal. So there's a lot of history here and a lot of connections. So please do come. We welcome you. You can register and book. And we would love to share more of it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear. It's so wonderful. I've been in that house a number of times because a very dear friend of ours, Dr. Jamal Mardi and Parveen, his wife, and Mitra, I used to visit them, and we would go for that house. Is a beautiful house, actually. I think the family, Maxwell family, were quite prominent and rich and well-to-do. The life in Paris and the life in New York, they were part of the high society, and they were very close friend of Phoebe Hearst, for example, the famous lady that you know about her family, hopefully. And it was through her and through May Maxwell that the first group of people went and visited Abdul Baha. So there's a great deal of relation between Montreal and Maxwell family and the faith in the Western world. Thank you for sharing, dear.
Thank you. I think, Shalom, you have a question again.
Yes, I wanted to mention that picture because Rui Khanum was raised by two very wealthy parents in absolute luxury, and then she had to go and live within Shoghi Effendi's budget. He lived very frugally. That picture that you see there, that she's sitting, is a picture of a newspaper. She's sitting on the chaise lounge, and underneath it says, Miss Maxwell attended gala fair at Ritz-Carlton wearing 25 yards of chiffon.
I didn't know that. How interesting. Thank you, dear. This was actually, it was a fashion those days that the rich family, when they had a daughter, they would have this famous, I don't know what they call it, gathering and dinner party and dance, and the girl would bring the girls
Yes.
And so this was all part.
Actually, Mrs. Hearst was her mother's godmother.
Exactly.
And she's the one that gave May Maxwell the party in New York.
Yes, exactly. That's what I read about it. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shala. Okay, Dr. Ahdiye, I don't know how to thank you. And all the time, really, I'm looking for excuse really to have you in our talar, and that was a good opportunity when I talked to you, and then you accepted to come and join us. I believe, Dr. Mirafsali, you had a question? I can unmute you. Go ahead.
Since there was no question, I want to mention something that Dr. Ahtiye said that after the passing of Shoghi Effendi, the hands of the cause really had in confusion. They didn't know what to do. Have to find the will and testament of Shoghi Effendi. If you look at the Book of Aqdas in page 41, you see that in 1873, Baha'u'llah mentioned that there will be a disruption after Shoghi Effendi, and the hand of the cause will take over. This one, even hand of the cause didn't know that. And later on, they searched and find out that Baha'u'llah in 1873 mentioned that there will be discussion. On that statement, Baha'u'llah mentioned that Allah and all the contribution to the fund should be given to center of the covenant. At the time of Baha'u'llah was the center of the faith. And after that, mentioned that after Baha'u'llah, it should go to Aqsan. And then later on, he mentioned that after Aqsan, we'll go to universal house justice, if by that time universal house justice is made, if it is made. If it is not made, and then he said it should go to those people who do not speak without permission of God, who are hand of the cause. It is especially mentioned that there will be this disruption after Show Effendi. Thank you.
Thank you. That's so good. It's
Thank you
such a,
so much.
this is the period of passing of Shoghi Effendi and the period of the custodians, the hands who took care of the faith, was a very unusual period. First, there was a great deal of commotion about even Baha'is. I remember I was a child, but I remember that some of the really solid Baha'is, a little bit shaken them, that when there was no will and there was no successor and things like this. So it took some time before the messages of the house, the messages of the custodian to convey that, but as you said, that this was expected and this should. And actually, I heard something interesting, that it was really divine providence that the Shoghi Effendi would be the last guardian of the faith, because according to this place I read or a speaker, the humanity has reached some degree of maturity that can that they were told that you go ahead and willingly and privately and secretly elect 9 persons and let them get together, and I would inspire them. This is very interesting, that this phenomenon, that this day and age, I mean, I don't want to sound funny, but if you go and tell somebody so and so is our leader because his father was our leader, this is not anymore really very becoming in 21st century. But when you say that there is a group of individuals who are elected and inspired, that's much more appealing and accepted to the contemporary state of mind. Thank you for raising it. Aziz John, it was always pleasure to see you, Faridun John. Okay, adios, amigos. What happened to Faridun? Maybe I'm
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Just I think I was muted. Thank you so much, Dr. Ahdieh, for spending time with us. Like always, we enjoyed a lot. We learned a lot from you. Always like this. So hopefully we are going to see you in other programs.
Yeah, next session will be on Mr. Furutan.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Okay, Aziz. Love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you,
Yes,
Tatiana.
we were with Dr. Ahdieh, friends. Okay, I want to have an announcement for you. One of my friends in UCLA sent me an announcement. 2026 Outstanding Graduate Awards ceremony. If you have any children or grandchildren who they are graduating this year, I'm sending this message to everybody soon that they can register. And then they said that please join us as we honor outstanding academic achievement and celebrate the success of our 2026 graduates. Dates May 9, 2026, 3 p.m. Location will be in UCLA Neuroscience Research Building. So Dr. Nawab and the other really friends, they are there and they are organizing this ceremony. And then you have time right now. If you have any, if you have any graduate in your family, they better register it in apsih.org, which I'm going to send it to you, this announcement, after I finish the program. Okay, let's listen to music together. I organized one thing for you, a little bit funny, but let's first listen to this, just to watch this music.
On the banks of River Tigris, in the middle of the night, he walked along the avenues under moonlight. The nightingales warbled so loudly in trees, a promise of paradise carried on the breeze. Inside of the tent where the roses were piled, behind the heap they drank tea and smiled. The ancient beauty had spoken the word, and paradise opened to all who had heard. The river was rushing, the roses in bloom, a heavenly bird song dispelled every gloom. The waiting was over, his declaration clear. The King of all kings at last had appeared. We welcome the of a radiant dawn from the glorious rose garden of Resvon. Oh, 12 days of joy that are shining through, a festival turning the whole world new. The promised one is finally here, making the vision of unity clear. As the King of days, setting the soul of his listeners ablaze, proclaiming a message for one and for all. The world is invited to answer the call. A chorus is rising from every far land. We're building the kingdom with heart and with hand. The banner of unity gleams in the light, to gather the world in a vision so bright. The river was rushing, the roses in bloom, a heavenly bird song dispelled every gloom. The waiting was over, his declaration clear. The King of all kings at last had appeared. We welcome the light of a radiant dawn from the glorious rose garden of Resvon. Oh, 12 days of joy that are shining through, a festival turning the whole world new. The promised one is finally here, making the vision of unity clear. The promised one is finally here, making it clear. Making it clear.
Okay, friends, that was a very nice music. Some of you asking me to send you a copy of this one. I will try to post it in GDSG, Baha'i Zoom, and other ones for you to have it if you like. Because I have not uploaded in the. Actually, I do have a link as well. I can send you the link for you to use it for your own programs. The other day I told you that I had some funny clips that was generated by AI for those friends who they have cat. I know that the Lale Mehrad her cat all the time is walking in front of us when we are watching her program. All the time, this cat going left and right. So we have this video for those friends who they are dealing with cats. Yes. برای ویدیو رو عزیز organize this video for you. Every time that it was showing in my Instagram, I was just recording it, saving it because I liked it so much. And because it was so many, I thought that maybe I put them together, all of them, and then show it to you. So because each one is maybe 10, 15 seconds. And this total is 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. So it's good. Okay, let's go to another one that we had in March 30, 2025. the friends in the park perform music, we're gonna watch together.
یاد تو تنها مرز دل غم ها جهت به ما بردن ندای یا اقوا به یاد تو تنها مرز دل غم ها جهت به ما
Bravo, bravo. Friends, as I told you a couple of days ago, this program on Thursday program is relying on you, the people who are coming and joining us. And then, as you know, some people, they looks like they are not comfortable with the English program. They are not coming. We were expecting it. We were expecting that friends who they are English speaking showing up here mostly, and then you as a helper or catalyzer right here somehow to help us to inviting your English speaking friends to coming to this program. And I'm really expecting that off of these 100 that you're joining, bringing 100 English speaking to this program. This is the job that I'm expecting from all of you, and I'm sure that you can do it, and I want you to do it. And this one is going to happen, I'm sure, that next Thursday. So I'm going to announce it next Thursday program, And then, of course, tonight, right now is 9:31 p.m. our time, at 2:30 a.m. Tomorrow morning, we are going to have another program for Australia. The Australia friends, they're going to have a program at 7:30 p.m. Mufawazat. Tonight, their time, 7:30, they are going to have that program. But all of our programs are in Persian, except the Thursday. And Thursday, as I said, is I'm relying on you. So if I fail, you are going to do it. If I success, you are going to do it. So the thing is just let's see what's going to happen. Thank you so much for participation. See you next week on other programs. I love you. Bye-bye.